Hello everybody, so in this video I'm gonna talk about the dark side of each zodiac sign, their faults. Like, I love my zodiac sign, I am a Virgo as you know, I love my birth chart, but you know, I have my flaws, and you have your flaws, and I'm ready to talk about them, so let's talk. First of all, I'm gonna start with Aries. Aries are impulsive and they are impatient, and that's bad thing sometimes. I mean, it's the darker side, so they can't wait for anything. They are restless, like they are often like on the move, and they are really impulsive, so they don't think before they do things. And sometimes that is good, but sometimes that is bad. At their worst are really selfish, they are really impulsive, and they are really impatient. Now, Taurus. Taurus can be really obsessed with money, really obsessed with looks. This can be very much, you know, stuck to their habits. They don't want to change. They are actually scared of change. Their opposite sign or their sister sign is Scorpio, so they should learn a bit with Scorpio, like that change can be a good thing. You can reinvent yourself sometimes. You don't have to be stuck to the same ways all your life. But yeah, that's Taurus for you. So as for Geminis, is their inconsistency, like they are basically the opposite of what I said about Taurus. They are often changing, they are often changing their opinion, sometimes they can't make a decision, and they have this certain duality, so they show one thing and they do other, and it's often changing, like you see them, they are smiling, and to have a good example for that is Kanye West. They are smiling, then they are not smiling anymore, like they get really closed off, and then they start talking again, they overshare a lot, but then they get really private again. It's like it's a duality of personality. So Cancers. Cancers are really moody, really passive aggressive, so if you ask them if everything is okay, they will say everything is okay, but they will say it with his face, like, yeah, everything is okay. You'll see everything in their facial expressions, so they can't really hide it, but they really try, and they're really passive aggressive. They are also like kind of pacifists, at least what they put to their exterior, like similar to Libras, but a bit different, of course. They are not so obsessed with balance as Libras, but like Cancers are really you know, you can see it, you can still see it on their face. You can still see it on their face that they are really moody. You can see like all emotions in their face, even though sometimes they don't want to talk about it. They just are very closed off with some things, and you know, they also have their good things. They are very nurturing, they are very emotional, very sensitive. Yeah, even though they have like that side to them that is very much closed off, they don't want to talk about things when they usually should. They just expect you to, you know, read their minds. They have also really good side of them. So Leos, they are very obsessed with power, very obsessed with control, and they are also really self-absorbed. Like, they are really selfish sometimes, even though the best of Leos will be very generous, but in a bad day, Leos are very selfish. After all, they are fire signs, so they will be selfish, and they are also like really stuck in what they are perceived as, so they will worry about what others think of them, even if they don't say it, but they often feel like all eyes have to be on them, and all opinions need to be positive. They are also very stubborn, like Tauruses, and all fixed signs in general, like Taurus, Scorpios, Aquarius, and Leos are really stubborn. Scorpios are very stubborn, but it's like they go through phases in their life that they really have to change, so they are not so scared of change because they can't be, you know. But you know, Leos are really stubborn, and they're really stuck to their ways, also really self-absorbed and obsessed with their appearance in general, and also the image they portray to the world. Like, they really like, they just want to shine. They want to be the center of attention. If they are not, you will see that they don't like it. They want to always be the center of attention. So Virgos are like control freaks. They're overthinkers, and they are very rigid people. They have like a very rigid look. They often you will for me, the image of a Virgo, and maybe I'm talking about myself, probably, you know. You tell me, but they are like, really, you know. And even though they look so calm, they still look very rigid, and inside of their heads, a lot of things are happening. They're very critical of themselves, very critical of others too, but mostly of themselves. They are overthinkers. They think everything they do is wrong, basically, or everything they do needs to be perfect, and they are trying to achieve perfection all their lives. And it's for them, it's not for others, it's just for them, you know. It's not like Leos that they are obsessed with, you know, how people look at them. No, they are just, you know, trying to physically protect themselves a bit, you know, not be too... They don't like being perceived, actually. It's like the opposite of Leos. They don't like being perceived. Having a lot of Virgo placements will make like a very rigid person. So Libras. Libras are very indecisive. They are to take very long to make a decision. They will eventually make a decision, but it can be exhausting. Like, they will be asking other people to make the decision for them. Some people are not really into that. That's why they are good with fire signs, because fire signs like making decisions for the group. They are leaders, and Libras are kind of like followers. No offense, it's not bad, but it's like they are avoidant of certain things. Like, they have like an avoidant personality. Libras have an avoidant personality. They usually like to be like the sidekick of someone. They don't really like... I mean, they usually are the center of attention, even if they don't want to, they are, but they don't like being like in the... They don't like being in the middle of drama. Sometimes they like to instigate, but they don't like being in the middle of drama. This is what makes them avoidant. They avoid arguments a lot. They avoid some feelings too. They are like hopeless romantics, but they only want the good side of it. They want nothing to do with the drama, and as soon as it gets too dramatic, they are out of it, you know. It's funny because they can be dramatic with others, but others can be dramatic with them. So Scorpios. It's funny. Scorpios are very intense. They are... Everything they do is like at 100 or 200%. Like, it's not like 50. There's no like balance, no anything. They will be really intense with you if they like it. If they don't like it, they will be just as intense or more. Yeah, it's very hard for them to hide feelings, even though they are going to tell you it's okay, it's alright. It will still show it in their faces, like Cancers. But the difference is that Cancers will try to see the good side of people, and Scorpios are really negative, so they will probably get revenge on you later if you really did something bad to them, you know. It's not really revenge, it's more like eye for an eye, you know. They're really fair, actually, and for like a very non-balanced zodiac sign, they are actually really balanced. They try to give you the same treatment you gave them. And maybe that's fair, I don't know. You tell me if you have like a lot of Scorpios in your life and how they are, but I feel like they're really intense. And they can be bad, they can be good, it just depends on how you see it. So Sagittarius like common sense, they like tact, so they will be very insensitive sometimes, they will be really rude, and they won't care. Like, it will be very hard to make them care about it. It will be very hard for you to convince them they are wrong. They won't give you any details. Like, if you ask a Virgo why they don't like you, they will tell you. If you ask a Virgo if they like your outfit, they will tell you they don't if they don't like you, but they will give you tips on how to improve it. If you ask a Sagittarius if they like your outfit, they will just say, no, it's ugly, or it's terrible, or they will be very short with their words. Like, it will be really, sometimes really rude. You will feel like maybe they are trying to offend you, but they are not. They're just really impatient, so they will just try to cut the conversation there. They don't want anything to do with negative talk, actually. So it's like they are trying to avoid all of the negative feelings. Like, if you ask them, Oh, I mean, Sagittarius are really bad people for you to ask advice to. Like, they will just be. I mean, if you're into it, it's good. Like, but they can be really sensitive. And just like Capricorns, that's a nice zodiac sign. Just like Capricorns, the same. Like, they are really rude. They are actually also kind of impatient, especially when it comes to people. Like, they can't actually stand people sometimes. They're really negative, really pessimistic, really obsessed with money. And yeah, that's basically it. The negative side of Capricorn. Rudeness, obsessed with money, and sometimes negative when it comes to people, like very pessimistic, sees the worst in people too, very much like Scorpio. And they are also workaholics. So Aquarius are also kind of avoidant. They are flaky, so you won't know when to count on them. They are also very self-absorbed, even if they deny it. They are really self-absorbed. They are mostly obsessed with bringing peace to the world, or like having like a big gesture when it comes to the world, but they forget like close relationships. They are very uncomfortable with close friendships. Even though they can have a big social circle, it's not like they are close with any of the people. And Pisces are the extra sensitive zodiac sign. They are also very delusional. So there is two sides to them. So they will say everything they feel, and they will complain a lot, and you will see everything they feel on their face, and they will talk about it. They will be like, to be like very poetic, like the way they are said, like you will see it, it won't be able to hide. Or they are just like trying to stay in their little bubble, which is like they also like kind of have some duality, as like the symbol has two Pisces, so it's like they also are like kind of duality of Pisces. Like Pisces are either very sensitive or very much in their own bubble. They don't want to deal with anything. They don't want to open up to that side of them. They're just very much in their dream world, daydreaming, or procrastinating about what they're going to do next. They are very much into music, into arts, so they will stay in the little bubble and create a little world for themselves, and they will stay there. They don't want anything to do with what's on the outside. Yeah, anyway, just remember, this is the dark side of the zodiac signs. It doesn't mean that everybody's like this. It's just the zodiac signs at their darkest. Every Capricorn has to be a workaholic, not every Virgo has to be a perfectionist, not every Libra has to be indecisive. It's just them at their worst. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't very big, but yeah, I'm gonna start doing more videos about zodiac signs and maybe also some other stuff that I'm into. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, I hope you like, I hope you subscribe, I hope you give me suggestions of videos to make as well. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye bye!